Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello my dear students. Today inshallah we're gonna continue lesson 2, which is talking about reproduction in man. Now we'll take the female genital system. Female genital system structure. It consists also from 4 main parts, which are the 2 ovaries, 2 fallopian tube, ureters and vagina. Number 1, the 2 ovaries. They are 2 glands having the size of an almond. They lie inside the body in the lower part of the abdominal cavity from the back. The function of ovaries. Number 1, production of ova, where each ovary releases 1 ripe ovum every 28 days in exchange with the other ovary. This process is called ovulation. Production of female sex hormones, which are responsible for estrogen, responsible for appearance of secondary sex characteristics in female. B. Progesterone, responsible for occurrence and continuity of pregnancy. Signs of puberty in female. Number 1, growth of hair in armpit and pubic. Number 2, softness of voice. Number 3, growth and development of breasts. Number 4, accumulations of fats in some body regions. Number 5, occurrence of menstrual cycle every 28 days as long as the pregnancy not happened. 2 fallopian tubes. They are 2 tubes of funnel-shaped opening provided with a finger-like projections. The inner wall of the fallopian tube lined with cilia. The 2 fallopian tubes are open in the upper corners of the uterus. Function of the fallopian tubes. They receive the ripe ovum and direct it toward the uterus by the aid of contractions and relaxations of muscles in the tube's wall. Number B, movement of lining cilia. Number 3, the uterus. It is a hollow pear-shaped organ. It has muscular wall that can expand as the fetus grows during the pregnancy. It's lined with the mucous membrane, rich in blood capillaries, to form a placenta, which is responsible for the nourishment of the fetus during pregnancy through the umbilical cord. It lies in the pelvic cavity between the urinary bladder and the rectum. Function of uterus. It protects and nourishes the fetus during pregnancy till birth. The 4th part of female genital system is vagina. It extends from the uterus and ends in the external genital opening. It is a muscular tube that expands during the labor to deliver the baby. The ovum. Now we'll compare between the ovum and the sperm. The ovum, the structure of the ovum, it is large in size due to the storage of nutrients materials. Its shaped spherical static cell consists of nucleus, contains half chromosomes. Number 2, cytoplasm store food and nourishment the cell. Number 3, the cellular membrane coat the cell from outside. The sperm, structure of the sperm, it's considered very small if it is compared with the ovum. It is mobile, not static. It consists of number 1, the head contains a nucleus with a half chromosomes. Number 2, the middle part or midpiece contains mitochondria responsible for the energy production for sperm's movement. Number 3, the tail. It is a thin and long responsible for the movement of sperm till reaches the ovum. Fertilization. It is the fusion between the nucleus of male gamete sperm with the nucleus of female gamete to form zygote. We have here some notes. Number 1, the body of the living organism consists of cells. The nucleus in the cell contains the genetic material called chromosomes. The chromosomes are responsible for the heredity traits of the organism. Number 4, the number of chromosomes for certain species is constant. Humans have 46 chromosomes arranged in 23 pairs in all cells, except reproductive cells which have the half number of chromosomes. Steps of fertilization. Number 1, during mating, the male secretes billions of sperms which move from the vagina towards uterus, then to the fallopian tubes. Number 2, the female produces only one ovum in the 14th day of the beginning of the menstrual cycle. Number 3, the sperms rush towards the ovum at the beginning of the fallopian tubes. Number 4, the head of the sperm secretes enzymes which dissolves the cellular membrane of the ovum to facilitate its penetration inside the ovum. Number 5, after the penetration of the sperm, which consists of chromosomes, 23 chromosomes, fuses with the nucleus of the ovum, which consists of half number also of the chromosomes, 23 chromosome. A zygote is formed which consists of 46 chromosomes. Number 7, the zygote transfers to the uterus to be implanted in its lining. Number 8, the zygote divides many successive divisions into many cells and differentiates and continues to grow, forming the embryo. Number 9, the period between fertilization and delivery is known as the pregnancy period, which extends about 9 months. Now, the last part of this lesson, the diseases of the genital system. The first type of these diseases not arising from sexual contact, like the uterine cancer, prostate cancer, puerperal sepsis. We will take one disease of them, which is puerperal sepsis disease. Means of infection: bacterial infection of the female reproductive system after childbirth. its incubation period is from 1 to 4 days. Symptoms of this disease: increase in body temperature, chilling, pallor, severe acute pains in the lower abdomen associated by the secretions from the uterus with bad smell. Prevention: sterilizing surgical tools, avoiding contact with patients. The mother should avoid exposure to cold air currents. The second type is diseases arising from sexual contact, sexually transmitted diseases like gonorrhea, syphilis, and AIDS. We will take the syphilis disease. Before we take it, incubation period, we have here a note. Incubation period, it is the period of time between catching an infection and appearance of symptoms on the patient. So, syphilis disease, means of infection. Syphilis bacteria are transferred from an infected person by sexual contact. The bacteria can be transferred from the pregnant woman to her embryo. Incubation period from 2 to 3 weeks. Symptoms of this disease: the formation of painless hard ulcer on the genital organs. Dark brass colored rash appears on the back and hands. Complications of this disease: tumors in different parts of the body, like of the liver, bones, and parts of the genital system. Number 2, the brain may be also damaged, and the patient eventually dies.